All right. Style the other part. So the thing is, list items are bulleted by default, and that looks silly in this case. It would look fine if it were inside a UL, because those are supposed to be bulleted lists. But we could say that we want to style all LIs. We could also, just in case we add some ULs to the page later, we could say only the LIs that are inside a DL, a description list. Anybody know how to say that? Anybody know the selector for that? Say, I want to style a certain kind of element, but only if it's inside another kind of element. Yeah? DL space LI. So that's a descendant selector. And it means exactly what I said. An LI that is a descendant of, in other words, is anywhere inside a DL. How do I want to do it? Well, what I want to do is list style none. List style can have a variety of values. And by default, they have a value there. And I want list style none. That'll get rid of the bullets. No more bullets. Still a tad silly looking. What if we put some space between each one? Between each LI? Let's give DL LI margin top of 1 rem. Maybe a little more. I didn't. That matters. Maybe I did. I don't remember. There's not much space in between each one. What if we made every other one have a different background color? Well, that sounds tricky. We won't get too into this, but here's one way we could do that. What if, now this is some sort of advanced stuff. There's a pseudo class called nth of type. And I can say, for example, only the even ones. Give a background color of, well, let's just try blue to try it out. Now every other one is blue. That's gross. Let's use like white smoke, which is F5, 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 a really, really light gray. And then I suppose we probably need some padding in there. So on all, probably the DL itself. Let's give DLs some padding of at least 1 rem. See how that looks. It's looking a little better. This is nothing special, but it's something. Not quite as hideous. Yeah.
When you say margin top, is that from the top of the page or from whatever element?
So margin top, let's see, which one did we do it on? The LI? So let's look at the LI. LI. See the orange? That's the margin top. So if you look at this thing over here, let's see, it is around that element. Yeah. Yep. And I'm getting ready to commit this and push it. So, you know, feel free to look at it at your leisure. It's a little much. There's a lot here.
The NF type, does that exist in the unordered list too?
for any kind of element. So, yeah. So let's say style the list. So now this is on GitHub. Don't forget, you can go to the GitHub anytime and see my work. The link to the repo is, basically the same as yesterday, except you want to look at the master branch instead of that specific commit. CSS not the point of the class, but may as well do a little of it live so you can kind of see a start. Tonight I'll probably push a version that is a little more styled, and you can see some more of what I do. And you can always look up the specific rules that I use. You could Google inth of type or CSS inth of type. W3 schools is the top result. MDN is the next one. CSS tricks is third. For CSS, I think CSS tricks has some of the very best documentation. They have some really good examples. Really good place to look this up. They have really great examples and super thorough definitions and lots of links. Yeah.
If you wanted to target like a specific description or term, would you still have to do like the whole parenting thing, like DL dot space li or space DT?
Say again.
Like if you wanted to target a specific kind of like DT that wasn't in an li, would you have to do like the space?
I was only doing that because just in case we do have some LIs that are in UL, I want them to have a list style. I don't want it to be none. But like DT, a DT is never going to be outside of DL. So you don't really need to say DL space DT. You can just style a DT, and it'll probably do what you want. Cool?